This is probably just about the worst spin we could find, dwarves. Definitely one of the teams best equipped to deal with even strength 4 or dancers, because tackle is a good skill, and I'd imagine at 1550 they will have heaps of guard. So probably not easy to get into their cage either. With the underdog on TV, but actually when you put our journeyman in, I think it will be pretty much even, so I doubt we're getting a wizard. In fact, it's exactly even. There you go. Deathroller dwarfs. The fun kind, also scary, because if that starts fouling, it can do stuff. As expected, there's quite a lot of guard here. There's also some mighty bow. There's also movement 5 on that deathroller. Armor 9 on a runner. There's some choices. There's some interesting choices that have been made here. But listen, movement 5, break, tackle, juggernaut, dirty player. That's no joke. That's hard to hide from. That's a good player. This will be tough. This will be tough. Middling record, but I think that's a good team for beating our team. Could take a babe. I'd quite like to save the bank, so we're gonna risk it. This coach does not turn outside no matter what. I mean, the really weird one there is the runner that's taken armor up, because you could have had movement up, right? And that's very nice to have on a runner. Other than that, I think I would have taken all of them. Yeah, the thing is, with dwarves, with mighty bow and tackle, you don't necessarily need to be an expert coach. And that, honestly, that Death Rider is a menace. Okay, scary as it is, definitely a defense first game, I think. And again, I think scary as it is, Tree goes on the line, even though the Death Rider can knock it over. Because that is the Tree's job sometimes. They don't think they have Troll Slayers. They don't, so we could set up wide, but actually we don't want to set up super wide, do we? Because we haven't got enough players that we're happy putting wide. So we probably do the 4-4 again. The barge. That is not a complete screen. I prefer this one square over everyone, don't I? Let's not leave a hole in our boat. No, not there. Back here, but then swap with the other one, I think. I slightly wish I'd moved giraffe inside. That's a bit of a mistake. Did we say hi? We did. They did not. Yeah, Spike has coach stats on it. And effects. And apparently Goblin Spy. I've never used Goblin Spy, really. I think that's been my impression with Goblin Spies. It might be outdated. If you're taking movement on that, having 2 movement 7 runners is really nice. Probably now Armor 9 is going to save it from getting hurt in this game somewhere or something, but yeah, movement is the obvious choice there. I'll check one thing quickly. One sec. Oh, still going into the garden. I'm half expecting to hear him woofing in a second. He seems to like doing that when I'm... Oh, wow. Wow. That is a scatter catch. You now have to knock the tree over. Which you certainly can do. You've got a death roller right there, but you've got a roller. Wow. Okay. Instant KO should make me regret not taking the babe. Of course, if I'd taken the babe, that would have been a casualty. So actually, I'm just playing clever mind games with the dice. Oh, that one is a casualty. Wow, this is a bad start. This is what I said about the dwarves. You don't necessarily have to be experienced. You just have to roll good dwarf dice. And that is a good dwarf dice start for us. That's bad news. That is a bad start to the game. Will we get maybe like a 1 in 9 on the death roller could turn things back in our favour. Oh, they haven't blitzed yet. Are they gonna? I was gonna say they could blitz with the death roller for Juggernaut. Make sure you get at least a push on the stand firm, but they've not gone for that. Literally every hit removal so far. 3 out of 3. This is definitely how you lose this game. Did not get the tree though. Can you get with that? You probably can. Damn it. There is a 1 dice in this ball. A strip ball. But it involves taking some immediate risk. Base up here. Leap from here. The guard unfortunately means it will be... Oh no, we'll have to cancel that one as well. Maybe too rowdy. Super rowdy plays to go all the way around the back and get 2 dice on it. So you cancel there. Then you have to do a 3 plus 2 plus dodge before the leap. But if you get it, swings the whole game. This is probably stupid. Okay, still got GFI to go. Oh, we didn't cancel the flipping death roller. Idiot. Okay, well, we got it put down anyway. That was stupid. Stupid tree. And a bad scatter. Oh well. What do we do here? Do we let ourselves get hit? We could scatter that again if we put literally everything into it. This here. That there. Better scatter. That was just mad clicking away because the clock was about to end. Well, we got the ball. We got the ball. We're going to take some punishment back for it, but we got the ball. We're going to suffer for this. If I'd had more time, I would have actually run up forwards and punched it, but I did not. I ran out of time, so... That was fun, right? Like, that was a fun play. That was a... You only see this here. Oh, we are dropping some frames. Let me see if I can help that. Let me see if I can help that. Sorry, guys. Okay, try a little something to see if we can help. Stop the stuttering. Don't know if that'll work, but hopefully we'll find out. We were dropping some frames, so yeah, it wasn't just you. We are, as expected, taking some punishment for our elfishness, which thematically makes sense, right? Like that's how that happens in fantasy stories. Elves come along, ruin dwarves' fun. Dwarves take revenge on them. Dwarves hold grudges about it. Don't let it go. Stay angry about it forever. Ross's vex, the stream is improved. We're about to get deathroller fouled on our war dancer, which is not surprising, but is bad. How bad? Not too bad this time. Obviously they can keep fouling that, which is bad. And we have not got a lot of elves to recover this position from. That's why I wish I'd gone forwards. I wish I'd gone forwards. It was just the time panicked me into going backwards. Tree not getting up is not helping either. Fine. Let's try to get a safety position and then build from there. We need to try to stabilise the turnover. And then let's see if we can get a scoring threat. I think this is worth a reroll now. Having made the first dodge, I think it's worth a reroll to get a scoring threat. Forces them to react to it, like you can't ignore that now, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna close the back door. Whew. Everything's scary in this game, Merkel, for sure. Hey, Nagati Knight. Yes, they are taking care of the scoring threat. No armor break though, so that's great. Would have loved not to use that reroll. But we got a free reroll, right? So we used one on turn 1 and we've used another on turn 2, but we still have 2 left, so that's good. Yeah, all the 2+s we're going to have to roll this drive. There's going to be a lot of 2+s to try to score from here, so... Yeah, 2020 roller. 2020 roller is gross and I hate it. As if dwarves needed to get better. The 2020 deathroller is incredible. And if you get a sneaky kit on it, it's just crazy how good it is. Another big foul coming in. I have at least left this one free to stand up, but this war dancer is in trouble. Just the sun again. Oh, they haven't left that one free to move. Damn. Would have been nice. Come on, tree. Fine, take root, but just stand up. I need a forward position here. Oh well, I guess it burns a snake. That's rubbish. So you can get to there. You can get to there. Mm-hmm. I feel like I need this reroll, and I also feel like I can't afford it. Because at some point I have to start getting players in front, otherwise we're just going to lose here. Okay. But yeah, like it's already can't go down one reroll on turn 3 either. That was a really bad one to fail. Failing the next one would have felt a lot less bad. This was a bad one to fail. Oh, they can even hit the ball there. Did not see that. Yeah, this is not good. I think maybe I should have rerolled that, but feels tough. Feels tough to reroll that. Snake? No. At least these two aren't tackle. This bloody tree, if that would stand up, would really help me a lot. It'd really do a lot for me, that standing up. Going for the 1 dice. GFI failed, please. No, but the 1 dice does fail. So that's something. It's just so annoying that we didn't go forwards after we recovered the ball, because I think we could have had a score by now and that would have got this sent off. But I just panicked because of the clock. I just knew that going backwards was safe for a turn, but forwards would have maybe won me the game. Hey, you got the send off and still not injured. That is good. That is good. That's really good. So the death roller's gone. And the tree is finally up. All right. Some things are getting for the better. I feel like this has to be the blitz, but then what happens to you afterwards? You just stay. Yeah, that's good. Maybe we're coming backwards again then. goodness. Should we hand it to you? Because then you'd have to get the guard in to hit it. And if we're in front, you won't be able to get that guard in to hit it from here. That one can't reach. So if we stand here, you can get that guard in, but then who's actually going to do the hit afterwards? I guess you for 1 dice. Maybe just doing that. And then you've got to hit with that. Okay. Try again for the scoring threat. That's good. As is this. Okay. Whew. Hard work. Not even a fan to shake my head yet. No, not back here. Absolutely not. Not a thing. Oh, I'm so glad that war dancer's gone. No, war dancer? Well, I'm so glad the war dancer isn't gone. I'm so glad the death roller's gone. We were very lucky. They fouled that war dancer 3 times and it's still on the pitch. That's very lucky. 3 times a dirty player. Okay, yeah, just hit the catcher. Makes sense. No armor break is very nice. We are going to get a bit hemmed in here, which is less nice. Do we need to come backwards again this turn, maybe? I hate going backwards all the time, but look at what's available to us. Guess we could dodge off and do the 2 dice that way. It would let us come forward potentially. It's a bit scary with the tackle dodge, but maybe that's the most sensible way to do it. Takes the 1 dice, rolls a skull. Probably wouldn't have rerolled that actually with only 2 left, but they have. Okay, there's potential to get into a really strong position here this turn, but obviously needs the cooperation of the dice. So let's see how the dice are feeling. Have moved everyone, so I don't know what they're waiting on. Just running the clock down for this turn, I guess. So I think we have to declare blitz with this player, and if we make the dodge, that will be a different play to if we fail the dodge. Okay, make the dodge. So since we make it, I'm going for the forward play. Good. We unfortunately do have a bunch more dodges still to make. Was only dodge number 1. But is it worth doing some GFIs? Getting close to the tree sounds nice, but we've got all these dodges to make. In an ideal world, you're going to come back to screen the front. I think we've got to stop. I think we have to stop. That's good. Definitely this is a reroll. Okay. I think maybe now we just base that one. So what's the plan going to look like for them now? No, I think we still need to dodge this one as well. Good. Okay. That kind of works. Giraffe is doing work over here. Giraffe is absolutely giving them the runaround, and we need her to. Giraffe is an absolute champion on this drive so far. Okay, so we've still got 1 reroll because we did have the discipline to save that reroll before, but yeah, into scary territory now. Using that last reroll. Rather than dackering, just push the turn count to 7, hope your opponent doesn't into 3/4 and a half disappearing. Tabletop expert space cadet here. Got some secret plays up his sleeve. Okay. More GFIing dwarves to bother us. Yeah, that's smart. I hate it. So many 2+ without reroll built in. I think I've probably got to start with this blitz actually, and get talk moving forward, hopefully. And then Tom the Owl's just going to have to dodge off tackle. Or are we even doing that? Or is it better just to dodge you off tackle because then we can blitz up here? Maybe it is better just to do that. We might have to leave talk to fend for themselves a bit, in which case we just take this as a block, since we have the base that helps it for right now, because that's still useful. We've just got to do it. I don't want to do it, but we've just got to. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Amazing. Perfect. Push you back there. Stay. The sun is huge. Huge. I was going to bring you back a square, but I think actually with that now we probably can hold where we are, which is real nice. Giraffe comes back to join the fun. Dodge this one next, because actually at least you're doing something there. Good. Really, really good. I think we don't reroll that now. Obviously would like to, but did I miss an option to reroll there? wasn't going to reroll, but I'm confused. I thought, I don't know why I didn't have an option to reroll there. I hadn't used my reroll for the turn. Maybe I clicked don't use dodge or something. Even though dodge wasn't going to work because of the tackle. I think I still, you get the option to do it. Maybe I just didn't. I clicked no on that while I wasn't concentrating. Giraffe has been incredible. Giraffe, honestly, like, has been low-key a star of the drive. I clicked do not use. Okay, yeah. Brain just went into autopilot somehow or something. Jamming poor talk in here. Getting the hit on Raindy. Hang on for us, Raindy. Raindy, hang on. Get that tackle on the board again, I guess. Yeah. That all makes sense. Yeah, that's all well played. That makes life harder, for certain. Might have to leap. Which was not my ideal plan for the drive. But the only 2 dice we've got is backwards because that guard stops spinning the 2 dice forwards. So yeah, it might have to be a leap. Because even if we take the 1 dice forwards, it doesn't get us out. Is opponent really just slow turning us? Because that sucks. Like, it feels like they're just letting the clock run down at the end of all their turns. They've played that turn well. They had to ring some dice, but they've played it well. I think we just got to do it. Easy. Thank goodness. All right. I guess giraffe next. Just dodge. And then declare the blitz with talk and leap them to end the turn, I guess. Good leaps. Push you onto the tree, because why not? Run away. Random cars? Boo. All right, good defensive drive. It was hairy, it was hard work, but it looks like we've got 1-0 at half-time off their offense, which is nice. And we're rid of the stinking deathroller. I'm very glad about that. That is a good deathroller. And we are lucky it didn't injure Horde Answer. We just are. Yeah, I don't know, spelling mistakes. I think that was a weird choice because they have 2 runners and one of them did take movement and the other one took armor. I think they're a newer coach, which they've played pretty tight, I think, to be honest. Like, having said they're a newer coach, I think they haven't made, like, too many mistakes. I think maybe the one thing they did that was a bit rowdy was on turn 1 when they did get that really unfortunate scatter. They went for the block with the deathroller on the tree, which is a 1 in 9 risk. And then they had to hit it with a ball carrier. But I don't think they've played badly, but I think they are a relatively new coach, and that's my best explanation for that skill choice. It's all right. It's just someone at the door. It's just someone upstairs using their door. I know. They do that sometimes. I know. I understand. But it's okay. You're looking at me saying, I've done my guarding and I didn't wolf. Can I have a treat? What do you think, chat? Does the dog get a treat? I need your opinions on whether or not the dog gets a treat. Although I think chat might be behind. Treat. Give dog treats. Alright, hang on, Ross. I'm going to break it off this. There you go. Take that book. Take the splits. And in we go. More treats. Bad spelling mistakes. Oh, yeah, he's a good dog. Oh, I'm happy with the outcome of that drive. It was hard work, though. It was exhausting. Playing against dwarves is always tough. Okay, so we're on 9 for the second half. Opponent is on 11 because they had a bench. He is a very good boy. What was the Kaz? It was just a lineman. Just a badly hurt on Sofiana, so she's just hanging out for the second half. So I think we just try and score quick here, which is not like totally straightforward again because they're playing dwarfs, but I don't want to stacker if I'm already 1-0 up. I don't need to, and I don't want to get myself in trouble near my own end zone. So we'll try and score if we can. Every time I am against gobos or to have healthy doffos, I think that's doggos, I am to be banned. Can I at least earn the ban in my eyes? Can you give me that? This is an interesting formation. I guess that's to try and stop me from doing a 2-turn. But it's a bit unusual. Put the blitzers on the line, which is also a bit unusual, but I guess makes it easier to dodge away from the tree. Yeah, some slightly surprising choices, I guess. Why don't we plop the guard in here? I'll let you take a hit here. Everyone else off the line. Russ is healthier than me, goes for a walk every day and very rarely eats a bag of fibre in one sitting. Okay, well that makes the quick score easier. It's a bit of a weird outcome because all the ones on the line are the ones still standing. But certainly not complaining. Wrestle that one down as well. And take that hit. Fine. Oh, that's a strength 4 one. Oops. That's a pretty rotten pitch invasion for our opponent. That's very unlucky. And a random dwarf KO on the strength 4 to boot. We have got another block to take here, but let's get the ball first. In fact, I don't know if we do take that block, to be honest. I think we want to just screen on this side. So I think we do a dodge. Because we just need to make sure that this isn't going to punch through, don't we? Is that even living? Right. Is it even living if Ross doesn't ever get to eat an entire bag of Haribo? I mean, this dog definitely is jealous of me eating chocolate because he's twice I've had to take him to the vet to have his stomach emptied after getting hold of some chocolate, which is toxic to dogs. Dogs want the thing that kills them. Some dog pics. Have a look in a sec. Get in. Put some dog pics to in this dog pic. Actually, look now. Benny went to a little cockapoo cafe and had a treat. Let's look at the little cockapoo cafe. Oh, look at them. Oh, little faces. My mum has a poodle cross, and they look very similar, although that one's not a cockapoo. Thank you for the raid, Buttonfly. How was your stream? Oh, that's lovely. Holly demolished a bag of jelly babies. Had some very bad news about the suggested serving size of Haribo. Never read the serving suggestions. They're always lies. If I'm not supposed to eat the whole sharing bag of chocolate in one sitting, then why did they sell it in one bag? Answer me that. Why wasn't it 2 bags if it was supposed to be 2 sittings? I don't particularly want to stall, but I just don't want to roll this GFI and snake into the end zone, so just trying to work out what the sensible way to do this rest of this turn is. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think there's any way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can't hit, so it's just this one. So let's just do that. Isn't it until someone subs you out of concern? That's what the serving suggestion should say. They're very optimistic, providing those stickers to reseal bag of sweets. Right. Who uses those? They don't even work. I think they know with those stickers that they're just for show. Because if you ever try and use those stickers, they don't work. Now it's on Harry, but I'm just had a full tooth extractor last month. Oh God, Mordred. Until you've had enough. Entirely subjective. Right, that sounds correct. To be honest, health advice in the UK is still drink 8 glasses of water and eat 5 kilos of different fruits a day. Let's not get on to the 5 a day conversation. That's already yesterday's topic. I don't know if Dizzy's here to participate. I'm sorry if you do that and you're spread on the toilet. Oh, that's so gross. Kilos is an exaggeration. Yeah, it's 5 servings. I've missed loads of chat. Sorry, guys, I'm catching up. Sharing size bag is possibly the most optimistic marketing I've ever seen. Benny's the same with treats. They'll come one bag. That's 1 serving, right? Exactly. Yes, for sharing with yourself in 1 sitting. Precisely. Same as the unit of Jaffa Cake is 12. God, I haven't had Jaffa Cakes in a while. God, I'm so far behind on chat. Sorry, guys. I really want to score on Tom the Owl, but Tom the Owl is a long way away. So I think I should probably just score on Captain Defiance. Unless I do try and sort this out so I can score on Tom the Owl. What would that look like? I think we could run to this side. I could screen there. All the screens require dice. We shouldn't. We should just score. Because 2-0 will wrap this game up, really, realistically, against Dwarves. So, yeah. Just take the touchdown. They made Jaffa Cakes only 10 instead of 12. That's a sad. I haven't had Jaffa Cakes in ages. Ages and ages. Now I feel like a weird giant because all snacks are getting smaller. I had this conversation with a friend of mine a while ago, and they were saying, like, psychologically, people are inclined to, like, have, like, certain price points put us off buying things. So, like, if things go over a certain price point, then we're much less likely to buy them. So, for instance, I think this is probably really out of date because now in a pub they probably cost like £4 or something. But they were saying, like, a bag of crisps in a pub, like, if it was over £1, people were much less likely to want to buy it than if it was £1. Like, the drop off in and out of sales you got was really significant. So it was much better for the sellers to reduce the size of the packet rather than increase the price, basically, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, we've got too many players we want to protect, so unfortunately the guard does have to go up here. Flumps are 25p now. Outrage. God, I haven't had flumps in forever. Freddos were 10p back in the day. They were. Tempe Freddos were a Friday after school staple. Oh, we had all the classic Tempe snacks when we were little. There were Freddos. There were Space Raiders or Space Invaders? Space Raiders, I think. And then, did you guys get those, like, Panda Pops? Like the ice pops you could get in the local offie near where my school was. You could buy in the summer, like, the Panda Pops, which are, like, just like the frozen ice with some ridiculously sweet concentrate in it. So good in the summer. sure it was Raiders, otherwise Tato could have been upset. Tato? Did Tato have a brand of Space Invaders? Spicy tomatoes, pickled onion. Collie, get the ban hammer, Collie. Don't actually ban space for that. Pickled onion is the one, though. I used to like pickled onion Monster Munch as well. I haven't had those in forever. My brother hated it when I had pickled onion Space Raiders or Monster Munch, because they did have a smell. Tato, not Tato. Oh, that's something different. Flaming Hot Monster Munch also acceptable, because I used to like the God, like, why is my stream ending up in like a nostalgia snacks conversation? It's all just gonna make me hungry for like the wrong foods. Nice and spicy knickknacks as well. Love a crisp. Give me pickled onion or give me death. I just said Flaming Hot is alright, Space Cadet. I just said. Flaming Hot were pretty good. I have actually given the ball to another player we can use strip ball on. But it's how aggressive do we want to be when the game is already in hand? Probably not too aggressive. Oh my goodness, all the retro snacks. Ribbon saucy. Alright, yeah, okay, Space Goat. You're just talking nonsense now. You're talking absolute nonsense. I think you're just being a deliberate provocateur with that sort of nice and ribbon saucy better than nice and spicy. Went to America in May, came back with all the good crisps, Lay's, Ruffles, proper Cheetos, Fritos. I don't think America does better crisps than England. England is the crisp capital, and I lived in America for 2 years. England is good for crisps. I think when we talk about international cuisine, I think England does the best crisps. Just putting it out there. Or not England, Britain rather than England. Probably. Skips. I had time for skips. Collie does not have time for skips. Party rings are a bit terrible. French fries are great. Crisps in a sandwich, yes or no? Crisp sandwiches don't count. We're talking about a regular sandwich, so you're adding crisps too. I've done it, but I think I tend to be either. And I have to say this like I eat crisp sandwiches all the time, which I really don't. But like, just a classic crisp sandwich. You don't need to add anything to, just some butter. Like, yeah, I wouldn't normally put crisps in another sandwich. I wouldn't normally eat crisp sandwiches, but when I have a crisp sandwich, Yeah, just like some basic white bread, some butter, crisps. Done. What more do you need? Crisp sandwiches need cheese or they're futile? Outlandish. What are these claims? Had a fruit winder the day, very underwhelming from what I had as a kid. Don't think I've ever had a fruit winder. Had fruit roll-ups from the States. My dad would go and work to America sometimes when I was a kid, and then he would come back with fruit roll-ups. It's always very exciting. But I did try them when I lived in America, and as an adult, they're not that. Yeah, they're not. They're a bit much. Primula, yes. Gotta love some cheese you can squirt. Oh my god, Ritz crackers. I haven't had a Ritz cracker in years. Why did Ritz crackers sound so retro to me? The worst bit of this conversation is that I actually was thinking I should go to the supermarket later, and I'm going to go out to the supermarket and come back with all of these terrible things. 3 turns and 3 rerolls. Probably wasn't worth it, but we did it. Not ideal, is it? I don't know, this is ideal. They've got a lot of bases on us successfully. They're going to get a bunch of hits. I should have just been running away. Don't know why I'm even still here. There's no reason for my players to be anywhere near any of this, really. Yeah, I know it's in a tube. You can squirt out the tube, Collie. Like, you squidge the tube and it squirts out. I know what Primula is. I've lived my Primula years. Thank you very much. KFC was always mid-tier choice until the introduction of the boneless banquet. I haven't had a KFC in a long time, but surely it's all about the burger with the hash brown in it. Stream title wasn't kidding. There's some nice war downs. Thanks for the follow, Baron. And yes, they are. They're pretty disgusting, in a good way. You always think KFC is going to be banging, but then it's just soggy chicken and chips. I do remember, God, years ago when I was like studying for a sort of postgraduate qualification I did. I remember some of the lads being like, let's all go to KFC and get big buckets. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. And so we all went to KFC and got big buckets, and then everyone felt sick. I have had KFC since then, but I think, yeah, tucking into a big bucket, which sounded, I would have been like mid-20s, sounded like the best idea ever. And we were all like, oh, that wasn't nice. Or at least it didn't make you feel nice afterwards. Turn 15. If we're going to steal this ball, this is the turn to do it. And they have given us a chance to steal the ball. So let's see what happens. We do need to knock this one over, though, which we've not made a good start on. I think we actually want to wrestle this, because otherwise we get in our own way. I think actually maybe I do need to recover it on you, because I then need to send the catch down to be the scoring threat. Should we just give it to the catcher? Can't screen the ball here anyway. Oh, yeah, we can't give it to the catcher because we just blitz with that player. Well, we've got a scoring threat. We also have a ball that's quite easy to hit. Bit hard now. Does Giraffe, the superstar, want to continue her legendary ways in this game? Make a second scoring threat. Giraffe has been incredible. So what square could she score from? Pretty sure she can't score from here. But from here, 1, 2. So at the moment it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So she needs 2 GFI score. Having said that, maybe now she's already in the way enough to help this one not get hit. I think we leave it. I think we leave everything. Just stop. Popcorn chicken is banging. Northern KFC's do better gravy. I believe that. Oh, I really disagree on Mackey's. Like, Mackey's is like, you're never like excited for Macca's, but like Macca's is just like the most reliable. Like, if you just want, like, know what you're getting, like, no doubts about it. Like, you're just going to get exactly what you expect. Macca's has a place. Macca's has a place. I think Macca's is probably, of the fast food places, the ones that I'd go to the most. I mean, that's also because they're everywhere, right? They're the one that's the most available, but still. Just going for our scoring threat. Fair enough. Did not get it, so we can score again. Harsh. I'm not sad about it, but it is harsh. Right, Tom Yao, see if you can get random Kaz. Nope. And puts you out of the way with Giraffe. Giraffe's still doing work, or not. She does do some work in the end. And we've got to pass her, I guess, because it's pass or a GFI. Same chance for either. Might as well do the one that can't hurt us. And then we get for the touchdown. I did not expect to win this game 3-0. Yeah, the McPlant is good. I had that. I was curious, Jid Rosie. I'm not veggie, but a lot of my friends are. And so I was curious about the McPlant, and I gave it a go. And it's genuinely pretty good. Like, I enjoy it.
I'm just a CCL griefer, hellboy like you. Ooh.
All right, we even got our journeyman back so they can go stand on the line. Everyone else to the back. Good job, everybody. Good game. We're happy with how this one went. Very happy. So yeah, just Circopilius and Clex and Delona on the line. Don't need to worry about the riot because it's 3-0. A tree for Chalice. We've got a long way to go just to qualify this team at least, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. It would be a fun team to qualify with if we can keep it alive and in the condition it's in now. But that's all a long way off. Thought you weren't buying another tree. Oh, I always buy another tree. I'm a big, big believer in the tree. I might have been not buying it until a certain point, but yeah, once I had the cash. 3-0 against dwarves and no perms. Easier opponents than dark elves. Let's roll against dwarves every round. Maybe, Gazeta. Maybe. Or maybe not. I am never going to make a stand even of myself. I absolutely will drag anyone who lives in proximity to a carvery. Making Sunday dip roast for one person is a slog. Like it feels not worth it. There's actually a place just around the corner from me called I can't remember what it's called. But there's a place around the corner from me that's like just like a hole in the wall type restaurant. Like it's just literally like you walk up to it and there's a window. But it's just got a kitchen inside and they just make roasts. Like it's all they do is make roasts, and you can order a roast takeaway. Since I live so close to it, I did do that the other day and it was really nice. So I got to have a roast at home without having to put the work in. It's fine, it's not badly hurt. What I'm hearing, Collie, is I need to stay for at least 2 nights when I come to visit, so I can have a pasta night and a roast. Okay. Nice MVP, really nice MVP. Get that guard moving in the right direction. Oh, there's the dead teams. I went too far. CCL leavers. I think it's finally time to buy the other catcher. Yeah, that was game number 9, 10, 11, 12 on the Wood Elves. Record continues to move in the right direction. Team looks pretty fantastic at the moment. Let's go and get ourselves a new catcher. Next on the positional list is Murmur. Is Murmur still here? Murmur was here before. This does mean that, well, the tree will normally go on the line, I guess, but it means that we're probably going to be putting lineman with skills on the line very soon. Does bump the TV up as well. We can no longer spin all the way down to fresh teams, but I think that's the right thing to do while we have the bank. And we want to start developing a second catcher for sure.